Mr. Trump is here. Please join me in welcoming him. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you, and thank you to the Center for National Interest for honoring me with this invitation. It truly is a great honor. I'd like to talk today about how to develop a new foreign policy direction for our country, one that replaces randomness with purpose, ideology with strategy, and chaos with peace. It's time to shake the rust off America's foreign policy. It's time to invite new voices and new visions into the fold, something we have to do. The direction I will outline today will also return us to a timeless principle. My foreign policy will always put the interests of the American people and American security above all else. Has to be first. Has to be. That will be the foundation of every single decision that I will make. America, thank you. America First will be the major and overriding theme of my administration. But to chart our path forward, we must first briefly take a look back.
Hey, so Donald, all right, I'm afraid to ask this question, but what would you do, Playboy put Ivanka on the cover of the magazine and she had not...
This is going to be an interesting answer.
He doesn't even want you to have a drink, I know him, so...
It would be really disappointing, not really, but it would depend on what was inside the magazine.
If she posed, it would be fine. But if they put her picture on...
Yeah, but it depends on what goes inside the magazine.
Well, see, that's her gripe. That's this girl's gripe.
And
people assume there'll be nude photos.
Right, you do assume that with Playboy.
Okay,
but if there weren't, you wouldn't have an issue with it then? If they were using her to...
I don't think Ivanka would do that inside the magazine, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop
You know what? You are sick.
I know, isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
No, how
Well, you're
terrible.
known for saying
Is that
outrageous
terrible?
things,
weird.
Mr.
Just like
Trump.
Who are you, Woody Allen?
That's very good.
Hello. It is wonderful. Thank you. We love you too. It is wonderful to be here today with you and with my husband. I'm very proud of him. He's a hard worker. He's kind. He has a great heart. He's tough. He's smart. He's a great communicator. He's a great negotiator. He's telling the truth. He's a great leader. He's fair. As you may know by now, when you attack him, he will punch back 10 times harder. No matter who you are, a man or a woman, he treats everyone equal. He's a fighter, and if you elect him to be your president, he will fight for you and for our country. He will work for you and with you, and together we will make America strong and great again. Thank you.
So beautiful. She said, do you mind? I wrote something coming out. I wrote something. Do you mind if I said? I said, not at all. Should I read it? She says, I don't want you to read it. I don't want you to read it. Thank you. Isn't it a shame? Look at this. Thousands of people are pouring in, and we have to get rid of one person. He's wasting our time. See, they've got strategy. One there, one here, one there, 3 different places. So far, we're really at 2 people, but I think it might be 3. Not people. Just remember that.
What happens is they're in Mexico, they're going to have a baby, they move
everybody
over here
knows
for
that.
a couple of days, they have the baby.
Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Look at this guy.
We have to do something about it, and we have to start by building a wall, a big, beautiful, powerful wall. To build a wall. I'm building a wall, a serious wall. They're not coming in anymore. A wall, impenetrable. It can have a gate, it can have a door. We'll let people in legally, but...
Get him out. That's number 4. Why don't you take him out the nearest door instead of walking him through the whole place? These people. Remember this. Remember this.
They're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems.
I think he came back. I think he came back. Don't worry about him. We'll do this quickly.
Do I hear somebody over there? All right, yeah, get him the hell out of here, will you, please? Get him out of here. Throw him out. Yeah, you can get him out. Yeah, get him out. Get him the hell out of here. Get him out of here. Get out. Get him out of here. You know, you have one guy over there shouting. We have thousands of people, and you'll read about him tomorrow. They'll say, oh, the room had a picket. No, we had it the other day. I got criticized. We had it the other night. I had a lot of people, and one guy who was seriously obese. He complained when I mentioned that food stamps, we have a lot of people on food stamps. And the guy went crazy. And they said that wasn't politically correct. Who cares?
So what happened is very simple. I said this, and all of a sudden, because I said it very, very expressively, I was very expressive in saying it. So I was very expressive in saying it. And again, I'm trying to show somebody groveling to take back the statement he made. I don't take that back because the person was groveling in terms, if you read his statements about, well, did you say this and did you write this paragraph? He was really grasping for straw because he wanted to take it back because it wasn't good for the people that he knows and likes at the New York Times, the Washington Post, etc. He did this when he was at the Washington Post. And I will tell you that it is just such a shame when a disgusting newspaper like the New York Times, when some of the media, like CNN in particular, was just really unfair, when they say things that were so unfair, and they said I was mocking him. I would never mock a person that has difficulty. I would never do that. I'm telling you, I would never do it. I would never do it. I would never do it. I don't care if I liked the person or didn't, and I don't know this person. I don't know him. I really don't know him. And I just want to put that to rest. I didn't know him. It's possible, probable that I met him somewhere along the line, but I deal with reporters every day. Many of them I never even see. There are many people that I know even by name, although I don't remember his name, and I do have a great memory, but I will tell you, I don't know him. Now he's going, well, he knew me, and we were on first name. Give me a break. Give me a break. And the problem is, he's using what he's got to such a horrible degree. I think it's disgraceful that what he's got. And I think the New York Times, frankly, should give me an apology. I do. I think they should give me. And I'd love to have the apology before they go out of business. I would love that. I would love it. People that have disability, hi folks, people that have a difficulty, I cherish them. These are incredible people.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said. This is 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
Did you see Bernie Sanders? See, he was politically correct. 2 young women came up to the podium. They took over his microphone. I promise you that's not going to happen with me. I promise. Never going to happen. Not going to happen.
Can't let that stuff happen.
I would never give up my microphone. I thought that was disgusting. That showed such weakness. The way he was taken away by two young women, the microphone, they just took the whole place over. That will never happen with me. I don't know if I'll do the fighting myself or if other people will. But that was a disgrace. The way I felt badly for him. But it showed that he's weak.
We have to be able to express ourselves. But referring to people as rapists, referring to John McCain, a war hero, 5.5 years as a POW, and you call him a dummy. Is that appropriate in running for president?
You got to let me speak, though, Frank, because you interrupt all the time, okay?
Businessman, I got along with Clinton. I got along with everybody. That was my job, to get along with people.
But the
I didn't
simple
want
fact
to.
is-
Excuse me. 1 second.
No.
I
The
didn't
simple
want
fact
to.
is,
Jeff,
Donald,
oh,
you
good.
cannot take-
More energy tonight. I like
No.
that. Look.
I was asked the question.
I didn't want. It was my obligation as a businessman to my family, to my company, to my employees, to get along with all politicians. I got along with all of them, and I did a damn good job in doing it. Go ahead.
So-
Names. I think he was reading them off a sheet.
And Fox hasn't touched this. And I've been in touch with Kelly, too. And I've been in
Let's
touch-
go. Come on. Gotta go.
All right.
Gotta go.
There's
You're screwing up my whole speech this guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's counterfeit substandard parts in most of the nuclear plants in the United States.
Counterfeit substandard parts in nuclear plants in the United States. I'm not surprised to hear that. Why? Am I surprised?
And some of them have come from China.
The Pew Research says that there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead. Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired.
Mr. Trump, one of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account
Only
has
Rosie
several...
O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
Thank you.
For the record, it was well beyond Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Your Twitter...
Well, I have, she gets out and she starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions. And, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man? And do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're going to make the same if you do as good a job.
Our governor here in Massachusetts, Charlie Baker, has described some of your comments about women as reprehensible. Do you have a response to that?
No, he must have been talking about Jeb Bush. Because, frankly, Jeb Bush said he didn't want to fund women's health issues, and then he came back a few hours later and he said he misspoke. I think he must be talking about Jeb Bush. He's not talking about me. I will take care of women. I respect women. I will take care of women. You said you're going to cut funding for women's health issues. You said it.
Record.
Yeah, except you said it.
I want to. Jeb will be very poor as a president. No energy.
Okay, yes.
Jeb Bush a frequent target of yours, and what do you think
Well,
about
I would say Jeb Bush is a frequent target because when this whole thing started, I thought he was going to be the primary competition, but he's drifted very much to the middle of the pack and he's rapidly disappearing. So we're going to have to start looking at somebody else.
This is a tough business to run for president.
I know. You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is principled. You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see. I'm at 42 and you're at 3. So
Doesn't matter.
far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
This doesn't do a thing to solve the problem.
One at a time.
Doesn't do a thing to solve the problem.
Subject my wife into the middle of a raucous political conversation was completely inappropriate, and I hope you apologize for that, Donald.
Well, I have to tell you, I hear phenomenal things. I hear your wife is a lovely woman.
She is.
I
She's
don't
fantastic.
know her, and this
She
is
is
a total
absolutely the love of my life, and
mischaracterization of what
she's
I
right
said.
here, and why don't
Good.
you apologize
Good.
for her?
No, I won't
right
do that
now.
because I said nothing wrong, but I do hear
So
she's a
here's-
lovely woman.
These politicians, they run and they run and they win, and sometimes they lose and they keep running. That's all they do is run. Most of them don't know what they're doing. They just run.
I just hate to see when people don't have common sense, don't have an understanding of what's going on, or perhaps don't want to know. Maybe it's campaign contributions, maybe it's special interests, maybe it's lobbyists. But for some reason, some people don't get it, and I don't think they'll be in office much longer. I really mean that.
We have very stupid people in our country negotiating for us, and we have leaders that don't know what they're doing.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump is facing heavy criticism after calling for a, quote, total and complete ban on Muslims entering the United States. Mr. Trump joins us now on the phone. He wants to make the case. Mr. Trump, thank you for joining us. Your proposition is plain: ban all Muslims until we can figure out what's going on. People are asking you how you would do that. I say let's put that to the side. It's irrelevant. It's about the concept. You have leaders from your own party in the key states of Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina. You have galvanized political rivals all saying this is un-American and extreme and that it makes you a fascist. How do you respond?
Well, I totally disagree. With them.
Scandal?
Put it through your head.
Look,
they are looking
everybody
to come
knows
over.
who we're
they
at
are
war
looking
with.
to do great damage. You look at what's going on in the Middle East. They're chopping off heads. They are looking to come over to other places too. And they want the jihad.
Right,
it's very simple.
But you're
they
saying,
want the jihad.
You're saying, what does that mean, they want the jihad? Well, you can't just throw out notions without any kind of checking of them. You know, this is what got you wound up on the Philadelphia Inquirer front page, like Hitler. They got you in a personage of Hitler right now, a characterization of that.
Philadelphia Inquirer, another newspaper.
Well, I know you're going to
business.
disparage whoever criticized.
I was asking you that. Are you racist?
I am the least racist person that you have ever met. I am the least racist person.
Are you bigoted in any way?
I don't think so. I'm doing a big favor. I was just called by one of the most important people of the Middle East and just said to me, Donald, you have done a tremendous service to the Muslims. Politicians are all talk, no action. But isn't this more exciting, though, than these other routes where they have no protesters, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They go in, everybody falls asleep. They say, can I go home now, darling? And everyone leaves. And the guy's standing there, please vote for me. I beat China all the time. When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo? When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. The big lie, Obamacare. $5 billion we spent on a website. I hire people. They do a website. It costs me $3. Are you running? Are you not running? I am officially running for President of the United States. We need a leader that wrote The Art of the Deal. I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people, but we have people that are stupid. I like China. I just sold an apartment for $15 million to somebody from China. They have bridges that make the George Washington Bridge look like small potatoes. I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I'm really rich. I love the Saudis. Many are in this building. Obama, a year ago, Yemen was a great victory. 2 weeks later, the place was blown up. We're dying. We're dying. We need money. Thank you, darling. But Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person. We don't need nice. That's true. But actually, I am. I think I am a nice person. We have losers. We have losers. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump. We won't be using a man
like Secretary Kerry goes into a bicycle race at 72 years old and falls and breaks his leg. I won't be doing that. The American dream is dead. But if I get elected president, I will bring it back bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You better go fast.
Yeah.
Put your hand out of the glove. How's my hair?
Oh, good.
No
Okay.
good. Watch it.
That's great. That's great. Almost done here. That's great.
You don't show the aspirin over there.
His aspirin.
Which aspirin?
We're not doing it again.
Our country is going to hell, dumping ground for everybody else's problems. And so they sat home and they didn't go out and vote. They had no incentive to vote. Millions and millions of people sat home, Bill, and didn't vote.
No,
they
3
will
million.
come out and vote. We're going to energize the base.
All right.